What's up, spectators? Welcome back to an episode of Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Last time, it looks like we finally finished investigating the crime scene from 12 years ago, where we deduced that the photograph of the president being held hostage is forged. Their locations were different than how it looks, that the body of James Cameron was moved, and that Agent Lang's father, I should say, had a child's drawing of the murder scene. But now this Men in Black man here should be here back with the evidence. I brought the info on the fire the kid started on a photo of the drawing in your father's office, which is odd, because Zhang Fa is far away. So he just took a teleporter right over there, grabbed them right off of his father's desk, and just teleported right back. So that's great. Glad that technology exists. This and Little Thief. I brought the info on the fire the kid started in a photo of the drawing in your... And also, I've been waiting for this. Hurry up and hand him over. The information held by Agent Lang's father. That's awesome. That's really hot. It's exactly what I remembered. It's Doggin. Why is the bull here? Or the yeah, it's a bull. And the president and Doggin. Huh. This was the picture drawn by the child depicting the night of the incident? It's also 12 o'clock if that's important. It sure looks like it was drawn with the child's touch. As I thought, the one who drew this is most likely the child who started the fire. I mean, that's probably a lot better than how I drew when I was a kid. Or a lot better than how I can draw now, in fact. I mean, I still do circle hands. Shifu. What now? Sorry, but it's gonna have to wait. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Why do you think my old man had this? Perhaps he obtained it during the course of his investigation into the incident. Although I don't know why he would have concealed it. Agent Lang, might I be able to see the details of the fire? Yeah, sure. Isn't it possible? I know this is really far-fetched, but what if it was Lang as a kid? Oh wait, no, 12 years. Well, I guess if he's in his 20s, it wouldn't be so bad. Assuming he's like a 12-year-old at the time or something. No, that's too old. He would remember if he'd... Oh, never mind. Never mind what I was saying. I'm talking nonsense. Allow me to read it post-haste. The boy who started the fire snuck out of bed on the night of the incident. It seems this boy went missing several days later. What? Don't tell me that he witnessed something he shouldn't have. That's horrible. He was only a child, after all. While I'd hate for that to be the case, we can't rule out the possibility entirely. Apparently, the boy left some stuff behind at the orphanage, and it was taken as evidence. What's this? What's that doing here? If you recall, it's the horn of the toy. Yes, do you remember? The president's toy. Mr. Prosecutor, do you recognize this? Yes, I know one piece of evidence that's related to it. Alright, it's the toy, yes. Where is the there?
Take that!
I don't know what it's doing here. But isn't that the missing horn from this Muzilla doll? No way. You mean this came off the president's? You know of it? Yeah, I've noticed the president kept it close by as a decoration. I always thought it was strange how one of the horns was missing. If you twist the horn, this doll will play back any previously recorded audio. So if we put the missing horn back in place, you might be able to hear a different recording. That is one fancy toy. Indeed, it is possible the doll is currently on the 51st floor of the Grand Tower. You heard that, right? I'll be right back. Teleporter, woo 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 woo. I've got it, the mighty Muzilla doll. Well done, give it to the prosecutor over there. If we insert the horn found at the orphanage into the doll, it's a perfect fit. Well, can you hear anything? Mr. Huang, it's Amy. It's been a while. I saw the news that you'd be coming to this country. I was really nervous about doing this, but I decided to send you a message. Please stop the playback. What's wrong? Stop it! Now! It's a boy, your son. He's just been born. I'm sorry, that's all I want to tell you. His name is John Marsh. It's a fine name for him, don't you think? Well. Did she say John? I'll be waiting in the courtyard of the orphanage at midnight on February 9th. Even if it's just once, I want John to be able to meet you. I'm sorry if I'm being selfish, but I'll be waiting. No way! That was my... What's the meaning of this, Miss Courtney? John is not my real son. He's well, I would have assumed that because your last names are different. So that was my assumption a bit. Did John know about this? Of course he knew. John's mother, Amy Marsh, passed away about 5 years ago. She and I were cousins. Since we were young, we've always been really close. We were often mistaken for sisters. That's why when she passed away, I guess, you know, I mean, sure, I guess the last names could have been different if she was married and then had the baby, and the baby was named after the father, but then they divorced, and then she went back to her maiden name. But let's not get into that ridiculous, complicated possibility. That's, okay. Shut up, Josh. That's why when she passed away, I thought it was only natural that I looked after John. Also, there were circumstances which prevented me from revealing his father's identity. I never even told John his father's name. And now it's all been revealed, thanks to the recording on that doll. Did John's mother send the doll to the president? Was he, the president, really my dad? Yes, he was. Before you were born, Amy worked as a diplomat in Zhengfa. Diplomat? So that must be how she became acquainted with President Huang. Hang on, didn't you tell me she worked at the orphanage? Yes, after returning to this country, Amy left her job as a diplomat. She always had great passion for charity work, so she began working at the orphanage.
Not so fast!
Hey, Miss Courtney. So this Amy girl, she called the president there herself, but she never showed up at the scene of the SS5 incident. What's with that? Amy couldn't make it. Apparently someone had been following her the whole night. Perhaps it was Blaze. I can't say for certain, but it's possible that it was his doing. After that, Amy never got another chance to see the president again. So she died 5 years ago. This conversation must be painful for John. Oh, right. Hey, John, you thirsty? How about I buy us both some juice? We can go together. I'm a part of this too. I'll listen until the end. Besides, I can afford to buy my own juice. Ooh, shut down by a kid. John, do you understand the reason I met with the president 2 days ago? The secret meeting from 2 nights ago. I wanted to tell him about Amy's death and that you were alive and well. But I see. That's why you couldn't tell us your reasons for meeting with the president until now. I get it. She would have had to reveal his connection with John. I brought a bouquet of lion lilies so that he would understand I truly did know about Amy. These flowers are a dear memory to the president and Amy. The first present she received from the president was a bouquet of lion lilies. But now even he's passed away. If only he was still alive. Perhaps I could have introduced him to John. Shifu, I'm sorry to interrupt this atmosphere, but there's something I need to say. What is it now? Can't this wait? Well, actually, there's one last item that's been delivered here from Shangfa. I have here the President's will. What? The President's will? My old man received a great number of special medals from the President himself. As a token of his trust, the President left his will in the protection of the Lang clan. Those medals and that will, they were the pride of our clan, our family treasures, so to speak. This is... Agent Lang, does that will have something to do with the current case? You bet it does. It says here, I hereby acknowledge John Marsh as my own son. What? John's name is in the President's will? Are you certain that will was written by the President? Yeah, he entrusted it to the Lang clan even before the SS5 incident took place. They'll have to appraise it back home, but by the name of the Lang clan, this is the real deal. Di Zhonghuan was the president of an entire nation. The existence of his son would have caused considerable controversy. But he left behind a will just in case. This makes it doubly sure. I still can't believe it myself, but there's no room for doubt. John Marsh, you are the son of Di Zhonghuan, president of Shangfa. I feel like this dramatic panning would have been more appropriate when they first revealed the thing. Oh, apparently Edgeworth's the only one who cares enough to go run after him. Okay. Sure. Really haven't seen the best in a while. I guess he's busy in court. So that guy was my dad. He found out about his own birth so suddenly. And furthermore, his newfound father is no longer in this world. I'd always been searching for my dad. I get it, all right. He's the president. I know it's a complicated situation. But we even met face to face during the filming. So then why, huh? Why didn't he tell me who he really was? I'm sorry, John. Mom, you don't need to apologize. No matter how you look at it, it's all my fault. Yesterday I broke my promise with you and didn't even notice the fire on the roof. So I destroyed everything. I crushed it all. My dad, and those flowers that my mom carefully grew. Please, for now, just don't think about anything. Just stay like this for a little while. Just for a little while. The bond between a parent and child. That's the meaning behind lion lilies. I know it's not my style, but that flower is from Shangfa. We have no means of protecting that bond. Agent Lang, allow me to say this. The case won't be solved by sentimentality alone. Therefore, shouldn't we do all that we can to solve it? Yeah, you're right. He's absolutely right. The recreation of the past is finished. Were your father's deductions correct? My old man took his deductions to the grave. He never told anyone about them. So who knows if they were right or not? In that case, what about your own deductions? I'd like to hear what you think happened based on the recreation. In order for us to get closer to the truth of 12 years ago. Yeah, I was thinking it's about time. I can see it now. My old man's back, real close. I'll catch up to him for sure. To the truth that my old man uncovered. There's no mistake that the president went to the orphanage. The stuffed toy is proof of that. He was planning to meet with Amy Marsh. However, the president was kidnapped, and Cameron just happened to witness it. If Cameron hadn't been there, it probably would have just been a kidnapping with no murder. Afterwards, the body was moved to the flower beds and a fake photo was taken. Was that what really happened 12 years ago? However, there's one thing I still don't get. Something you don't get. It's this. Why did they need to take a fake photo? Why would they go through all that trouble and even make the president take part in the photo? Well, that much... You would assume it's because of the first murder that happened that we're not sort of acknowledging. You know, the mystery bloodstain up below Cameron's body? We need to figure out who was murdered. Was it Amy? Was it somebody else? But the answer to that riddle must lie somewhere within. Once we get past the layers upon layers of deduction... Oh, it's not Amy. Amy died 5 years ago, right. So it's not Amy. Who the heck died 12 years ago? I don't know. Once we get past the layers upon... Yes, I've read that. That's right. I'd like to hear your deductions as well. That's awfully nice of him. There's no mistake that the president went to the orphanage. Agent Lang, I'd like to verify a few things that may have seemed obvious at first glance. Are we certain that the president actually went to the orphanage? Okay, I get it. You're saying you want proof. Everyone's always demanding proof from Mr. Edgeworth, after all. You didn't have to tell him that. No, it's good. It had to be said. It deserved saying. The stuffed toy is proof of that. He was planning to meet with Amy Marsh. You mean this stuffed animal? The one with the recording device? That's right. Inside that toy was a recording from John's birth mother, Amy Marsh. You know, I don't know why this is popping into my head, but I'm really curious the origin of that name. Marsh name origin. Let me do a quick Google search. Maybe you'll come up with something interesting. Ha 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 ha. Anglo-Saxon origin, topographical name for someone lived by or in marsh or fen, deriving from Old English pre-7th century. Dates back to 12th century. Further recordings include Henry Del Merse, Curia Regis Rolls of Yorkshire. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Alright, that's enough of that. Indeed, she said that she would meet with him at midnight. Wow, you two are perfectly in sync. Sync with an H. The truth is becoming clear, like you're peeling off the layers of a scallion. Okay, a scallion doesn't have anything on the inside. Please don't make such foreboding analogies. The truth is becoming clear, like you're peeling off the skin of a wolf. Wow, that's gruesome. Can you stop making those foreboding analogies? Let's get back on track. However, the president was kidnapped, and Cameron just happened to witness it. I'd also like to verify the details at this point as much as possible. Mr. Cameron witnessed the president and his kidnapper near the orphanage. And Mr. Cameron was standing by the snowman near the road. Then the murderer picked up a brick, stuck it up on him from behind, and whammy! Okay, we're simply verifying what actually transpired. There's no need to be scared. Oh, you should be scared. That was so intense, half the details of this case just vanished from my brain. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Lang, let's carefully verify all the facts of this case. Yeesh, well, if you're gonna listen, I'll talk as much as you want. If Cameron hadn't been there, it probably would have just been a kidnapping with no murder. No? If he hadn't been there, you say? That's an interesting theory. Care to explain in more detail? It's simple. Cameron was killed because he saw the kidnapping. The kidnapping itself was a success. If he hadn't been there, no blood would have been spilled. No, because the kidnapping, the image of the kidnapping was forged. That can't be the case because someone was already dead. Odds are Cameron took a photograph of a murder. No blood would have been spilled. You make it sound like it was his own fault for being there. Okay, that's not it. What Agent Lang's trying to say is, Simply, besides Mr. Cameron, there were no other casualties at the crime. Okay, this is the statement. This is the statement. Oh, was that all? Of course that's obvious. The president was kidnapped, but once the ransom money was paid, he was returned safe and sound. That sounds like an obvious point, but something about it bothers me. I may need to reevaluate the evidence once. Yep, there it is. Yep. Oh, there's the guy on the runway with the little red sticks. He's going right here. You need to present evidence right here. Stop. Shut up. Camera. Oh no, I pressed it. Oh God. I meant to present. Oh no. Oh, and Kay loves putting her mind, her opinions in here. Oh, the body of Cameron, kidnapping, bloodstain. There it is. Objection! And because I verified that it's the correct statement, I'm gonna end this video here. So stay tuned tomorrow for the next episode, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye!